What's up, folks? Cute as Ocali here. Yep, I'm back from Hawaii. I actually came back almost a week ago, but I haven't really had much time to make a video. But yep, I'm back now, and this rant's gonna be the top 10 songs of the year 2012. Just the top 10 songs, in my opinion. Now, 2012, it was a year of a lot of good music and a lot of bad music. Hip hop has really gone down the hill, especially because I've been a hip hop fan for almost my entire life, and it's just really gone downhill with these trash dudes like 2 Chainz, French Montana, and it's just getting worse. But this was the year I really changed my taste of music. I'm not really just all like hip hop, rap, R&B now. I listen to hip hop, top 40, some rock music, I guess some country music, maybe just if it's a really good country song. And in this year there were a lot of breakout artists and bands such as Kendrick Lamar, Fun, Frank Ocean, and there were comebacks made by Nas and others. But first, before I start the list, before I get things going, honorable mention I want to give out to Mistress by D-Pryde. Now, the reason why I didn't put the song on the list because it wasn't mainstream enough. It was just a song on a mixtape released by D-Pryde that came out in June. And so I just didn't think it deserved to be on the list if it wasn't like a mainstream song. But yeah, it's a very good romantic song by D-Pryde. He's this Canadian underground rapper from Toronto. His mixtape, what was the name? Oh, Mars. His mixtape Mars, that was just a hit. Now, okay, now let's just get the list going. Starting off our list, number 10, Kid Ink, Time of Your Life. Now, Kid Ink, he's this LA rapper slash singer. I haven't been like a real big fan of his previous work, such as like his mixtapes, and even though his song "Live It Up" that was all right, I still have that on my iPhone. I just never expected something this good coming from Kid Ink. Now, the song "Time of Your Life" it came out in February. There was actually a remix of the song that came out that featured Chris Brown and Tyga. It's just one of those songs, you could go months and months without the song getting old. And this pretty much the whole song's about, just go girl, live it up, have the time of your life. And there's not like a strong message the song gives out, but it's still just a great song. Okay, number 9 is New Day by 50 Cent, Alicia Keys, and Dr. Dre. Now, the song New Day, ESPN promoted it. They played it a lot during college football season. And 50 Cent, he really went downhill with his career. 50 Cent's albums, Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre, those were 2 of my all-time favorite hip-hop albums, with the songs like Hate It or Love It and 21 Questions. But 50 Cent, I think he's slowly starting to make a comeback with his career, because after his album, The Massacre, his music just went downhill. It started being just that generic modern-day hip-hop, when all his lyrics were about was just money, weed, and sex and stuff like that. But yeah, 50 Cent, this was a great song from him, even though it was mainly Alicia Keys who made a good song. And Alicia Keys, she's definitely one of the best artists out there, no question. And Dr. Dre, he was on the song too. He had the opening verse. But yeah, number 9 was New Day by 50 Cent, Alicia Keys, and Dr. Dre. Number 8, Fun, We Are Young. Now, the only reason why the song We Are Young by Fun is all the way down at number 8 and how it dropped was because how overplayed this song was on the radio. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good artists and bands who they're really talented. Just you start to not like their songs as much because how overplayed their songs get, which makes you not want to listen to them. But Fun, so We Are Young, it's an anthem for the young people, It's just, even though it was very overplayed, like I said already, they're just saying, tonight's night, this is for us. We are young. We're going to set the world on fire. we're gonna do what we want. And yep. Now number 7 is another song by Fun, which is called Some Nights. To me, well, Fun, they had 2 really big songs this year. I like their song Some Nights better than We Are Young. But Some Nights, it's a great song. The type of song you would listen to if you're in a good mood. In 2012, it was a really big year for Fun. They didn't really come out of nowhere, but this was really the year when their songs really got promoted. Radio stations started to play them. And I really hope that Fun doesn't just go down as one of those bands who go down as like, a 2-3 hit wonder, because they're really entertaining. I really like Fun. Okay, and number 6, Wisin y Yandel and Jennifer Lopez, Follow the Leader. Follow the Leader, I wanna see ya. And Follow the Leader, it's a Latin-ish pop dance song. It has some electronic beats in it. It's just, the song barely got old, and it's a great song to dance to. And matter of fact, I danced to it with my friends at a quinceañera. And yeah, it's just a great song to dance to. And Jennifer Lopez, since she was a judge on American Idol, she performed the song at the American Idol finale. And the song just barely got old to me. And a lot of the songs in English, a lot of the songs in Spanish. But it was just one of the better songs of this year, as no matter what genres you put together. Number 5, Nas, Amy Winehouse, Cherry Wine. Now, Nas, he's one artist who he made a comeback in the year 2012. And to me, I think Nas is definitely one of the top 5 rappers of all time. And his album Life is Good came out in July. The reason why he named his album Life is Good was because how he used to say life's a bitch in his older songs, like his 1996 album. But he's changed a lot now. He's saying life's good, take things for granted. And yeah, now the song Cherry Wine by Nas and Amy Winehouse, the hook was sang by the late Amy Winehouse, who died in the summer of 2011. And it's a laid back type of hip hop song. And Nas, this wasn't his best album that he's came out with, but he's really made a comeback with his career. I'm really glad that Nas did what he did this year. Number 5, Cherry Wine by Nas and Amy Winehouse. Now to number 4, Chris Brown, Turn Up the Music. Chris Brown, he's another artist who made a comeback with his career. Radio stations didn't really play his songs as much after that incident when he beat Rihanna after the Grammy Awards. But he's starting to get back on track with his career. His Chris Brown song "Turn Up the Music," man, that song was a banger. It's a club hit. It had some awesome beats along with the bass. Turn up the music, cause it's time to get down, was what Chris Brown was saying. Number 3, Kendrick Lamar, Swimming Pools. Kendrick Lamar, he's been my favorite rapper for a year and a half now. I've already made a few rants about Kendrick Lamar. Check out my channel if you haven't seen them already. Yeah, because I've already talked a lot about Kendrick Lamar, but his debut big label album, Good Kid in a Mad City, dropped in October. And I wouldn't say this was like the best we've heard from Kendrick so far, but he's just getting started with his career as a mainstream rapper. And like I said in my other videos, he's the opposite of that modern day hip hop that just talks about money, weed, sex, and the rest of that type of shit. Kendrick Lamar is a very strong lyricist, even though he wasn't really a strong lyricist in this song, Swimming Pools. But if you haven't heard his other stuff, check out his album Section 80 or download his mixtape Compton State of Mind. Kendrick Lamar, this was a huge breakout year for him, and I'm also glad about that too, because he's my favorite rapper. Okay, now we're down to number 2, Frank Ocean, Thinking About You. Frank Ocean, he had a big year when he came out with his album Channel Orange. And there was a huge story behind that, because a week before Frank Ocean dropped the album, he came out the closet admitting that he's gay. That takes a lot of guts to do, especially when you're at the spotlight of your career. Your first big label album's about to drop, and you come out the closet. I really think Frank Ocean, he's a naturally talented singer. He's not just one of those type of singers who just need auto-tune to be good. No. Frank Ocean, I give him props for what he deserves. And Frank Ocean actually performed the song Thinking About You at the VMAs, which I thought was an outstanding performance. And in the song, Frank, he really killed it in the falsetto part of the chorus. Okay, now we're down to that number one spot, numero uno. Now this is probably a song that most of you wouldn't expect to be put number one because it wasn't like a super famous song, even though like it was briefly played on the top 40 hit stations. But number one, the best song of 2012 goes to Stefano, I'm on a Roll. Stefano Langoni, he's an American Idol alumni. He was a contestant on season 10, which was my favorite season of American Idol. And even though Stefano wasn't a top 5 contestant, he still got signed to a deal, which he well deserved. His song "I'm on a Roll," it wasn't too exposed, even though it was played on the top 40 hit channels like briefly. And Stefano performed the song on American Idol, and he performed it on Good Morning America, and I was just very shocked with how great the song was when I first heard that Stefano came out with a single. And Stefano's song "I'm on a Roll," it just never got old to me. And yeah, pretty much anybody from American Idol is a naturally talented singer. Like, they don't need auto-tune. And Stefano's song "I'm on a Roll," he just bases the whole song off of, everything's going his way. He's just having a great time. It's a great song. Never really got old to me, especially if you're in a good mood. It's the type of song to listen to. And yeah, I know most of you probably wouldn't expect a song like that to be put at number one, but to me that was just the best song of 2012 in my opinion. But yep, that's my list. I'm also going to make a top 10 worst songs of 2012, probably later on this week if I have time to make the video. But yep, that's it. The top 10 songs of 2012.